The Mount Kenya people have sent a deadly message to the Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, the leader of Mwananchi, and also the Secretary General of ODM. It is a message that is being propagated on social media by most of the youths from the Mount Kenya region regarding the coming election and also the alignment that is being discussed right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to our analysis, and if you are new here, consider subscribing. Now, back to our analysis. I want us to watch this video of this young lady. There are many people who are saying the same thing, but I wanted to just upload this video so that it can be our case study for today's analysis. Roll the tape.
I think we need to agree on something. Wezi sema ati you're not going to work na Rigiji, alafu wewe unataka kura zetu. Our 7 million votes. So tukupee bure. My friend. Ulituona usiku.
Now, what this lady is speaking is purely what is being propagated online by most people from the Mount Kenya region. Others are speaking in Kikuyu language, others are speaking in Swahili, others are speaking in English, but the point, the main thing they are talking is the same. That if there is no Rigathi Gashagua in the alignment that will be done by the alternative government, then the Mount Kenya people will not come out to vote. In fact, this lady was so categorical that there is no way you will say that you don't work with Rigathi Gashagua, and yet again you need the 7 million votes from Mount Kenya region. Afa nawaambia is like anaambia Sifuna, we bwana, na hiyo linda mwananchi yenu, msituone sisi kama ile kitu yenu ya kukalia. Tentatively, that is what they mean. And this has sparked a lot of reactions, mixed reactions from Kenyans, especially those who believe that the opposition will field one candidate to run for president, who will face President William Ruto in the coming election. Number one, from what is happening here, it is an evidence that in the coming elections, united opposition will not be one thing. It is very evident from what is happening from the Kikuyu community, because you understand who Rigathi Gashagua is. Rigathi Gashagua is one person who will go to that negotiation table, demands 60% of the coming government if they wins. Or he will demand for the deputy president position because of the numbers. And if he's not given that, itakuwa chaotic. Now that Rigathi Gashagua will not be allowed to vie for any position again. You know, Martha Koome, the Chief Justice, had nailed the last nail in the political coffin of Rigathi Gashagua by saying that if someone is impeached, he remains impeached unless that ban, that impeachment is lifted. And therefore, when one person or someone is impeached, he will never and can never hold any office, any elective office in this country, Kenya, according to the constitution that was brought into being on 2010. Now, this tells you that it's gonna be so hard to bring all the the opposition people together to decide on one individual, because the Mount Kenya people, they're saying, if you don't include Rigathi Gashagua in your plan, in your alignment, then count out the 7 million votes. And you know, all these opposition leaders, they depend on the Mount Kenya votes to remove William Ruto, and that is for a fact. We understand the political dynamics. We understand how the Kikuyu community has been voting since independence. They've been voting as a block only when they have their own They vote as a block when someone from the Kikuyu community is up there, or there is a spokesperson who will negotiate for them in the coming government. So, during the Jubilee governance, during the time of Uhuru Kenyatta, those people voted. Bana, wale watu walitokelezea. They came out to the last person. People were even offering to carry the aged people to go and vote. I'm sorry to say, at some point it was said that even the dead voted for Uhuru Kenyatta. They wanted to put their son, Kamwana, that time they called him Kamwana, on the helm. So right now, if Rigathi Gashagua will be excluded from the coming negotiations between the alternative government and the Linda Mwananchi, and then that means the Kikuyu community will not have a contender for presidency. They will not have maybe the running mate, and they will not have someone who will speak for them, maybe give them a section of this government. And the Kikuyu people will never vote. In fact, there will be voter apathy, and that will give William Ruto early victory. You know, it is rumored that right now, after Rigathi Gashagua was locked out by the High Court, despite the fact that he ran to the appellate court, it is being rumored that Kalonzo Musyoka of the Wiper Democratic Front will be the flag bearer, deputized by either Edwin Sifuna or Fred Matiang'i. But it has been settled on Kalonzo Musyoka to hold the flag of the opposition so high. Therefore, if you see that combination, Matiang'i is a Kisii, Sifuna is a Luhya, Kalonzo is a Kamba. There is no representation of any of Kikuyu community. And if now Rigathi Gachagua will not be on the table negotiating on what percentage of government the Kikuyu community will be having, because they are the numbers, they have 7 million votes, then the Kikuyu community will not come out to vote for that duo, despite the fact that the alternative government, the opposition, have agreed on either Sifuna and Kalonzo, or Kalonzo and Matiang'i. So the Kikuyu community has come out gun blazing, giving orders ahead of the 2027 election, and this one is a fresh headache to people like Edwin Sifuna. Edwin Sifuna has been calling on talks and presenting one person, one individual as the contender, someone who will beat William Ruto hands down. So that message to Edwin Sifuna is so strong, because it is in the Linda Mwananchi that Caleb Amisi, who is the founder of that movement, has been going to every media, moving from one media station to another, from social media point to another, uploading each day many social media posts saying that there is no single day Edwin Sifuna and the Linda Mwananchi is gonna work with Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, people who have been working in this government before, and they yielded nothing to the people of Kenya. I saw recently President William Ruto attacking Kalonzo Musyoka, saying that despite the fact that he has worked in this government for 50 years, the only thing he has managed is to grab the NYS land and also build a very small prison. That tells you things are not okay, especially in opposition, alternative, not even alternatives, united opposition, because they want to unite the Linda Mwananchi and alternative government. Things are not gonna be okay for them. I saw Rigathi Gachagua say that after the Western tour they held with the other principals in the alternative government, he said that he will retreat to his home in Wamnyoro for 45 days, where he will strategize and plan ahead of the negotiations and the realignments, and decide on who is gonna be the flag bearer of the alternative, not even alternative, of the united opposition. But all we pray as Kenyans is that the united opposition remain united. That is alternative government and also the Linda Mwananchi. They should come together, unite as one, and that alone can help Kenyans remove William Ruto from his position and journey a new way ahead of 2032. I don't know what you think, but all I know is Mount Kenya right now is burning, and they've sent a very strong and a deadly message to Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, who is also the Secretary General for ODM, and the Linda Mwananchi leader is also coming up so steadily and wants to vie for president. If you're new here, consider subscribing, like and sharing our content. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring you a new content. If you're new here, consider subscribing.